Please work, please work, please. Okay. Hi, people. Seek the Visceral, aka Jesse here. How you doing? Doing alright. 35 weeks as a non-smoker. Yay. I celebrated and bought a Dr. Pepper. I know I have some video responses to do. Don Quixote. Samacane. I hope I said that right. But I will get to them. Right now, I'm so fucking stressed out. I've been very stressed out lately. When I'm stressed out, I break out. Like any good American girl who likes to, or who recently liked to stuff her face with greasy fucking food. You know, food that tastes good. Anyway. I wanted to talk about something I think is important. I was at work today and a woman came in and started to chat to me. I'm not against chatting. Usually I don't like customers to chat with me because they talk about boring things like their cars or sports I'm not interested in. This is why I like YouTube, because I can talk about books and movies and shit. Gotta do a movie review. Anyway. She was a lovely African-American lady, and she told me about what it was like to grow up in the 50s and 60s in Texas, and how she lived and worked right alongside the whites, and had white friends, and stuff like that. And this was a lady with some fucking gumption, you know? She had no problem with being herself. She had no problem with saying, no, you're not going to put your racist hang-ups on me. I'm not going to blame the white man for anything. And white people are stupid for being afraid of us. And she told me a story of when she was a teenager and she was working as a cook in a fast food restaurant. And one of the employees had to go to the bathroom, so her manager, whom she was friends with, a white lady, said, can you go up to the drive-thru and give them their food? And she went up to the drive-thru, and the woman in the car, who was white, looked at her and said, I don't want some nigger waiting on me. So she went to her manager and told her what she said, and the manager walked up to the window and slammed it shut and said, all right, people, back to work. Think about that. In the 50s and 60s, when, segregation was a big thing, I think it's a remarkable story. This is a remarkable woman. And everything she told me was mesmerizing. And she talked about so many things. Places she'd been. And people that she'd known that have died. And it was remarkable. I don't get inspired a lot in Texas. There's not a whole lot to look up to. There's not. I'm sorry. Nearly everyone is racist. And everyone does, most people in Texas don't believe in evolution. And our education is in the shitter. I don't know how the people working at NASA don't just cringe when they have to go to work. Like, God, why do you have to work in Texas? It's hard for me to get inspired lately, and this woman inspired me, but then she pulled a U-turn. She made a complete U-turn, and she started talking about all the Middle Eastern people who are coming to our country, and how she doesn't like the changes, and how they're evil people, and they don't bow to our God, because she assumed, like everyone does in Texas, that I'm a Christian. And how they just want our money, and how they're not good neighbors, and how they're going to destroy the world. And then she went on to say how God gave us America. It is our God-given right to rule the world. Do you know how disappointing that is? I'm not trying to be naive, but this lady actually made me listen to her. And her story was worth telling. And then if I weren't at work, I would have said, lady, let me shake your hand, please. It's been wonderful listening to you. But are you out of your fucking mind? This is the kind of blind ignorance I have to deal with all the time. I don't care how liberal you think you are and how strong your principles are. You probably live in a very divided liberal metropolis. Come to Texas. Just stay for a year and see if you don't tear your hair out. I've been here for 20 plus years. And I have to say it's not getting any better. But our work is not done, liberals. Liberals who live in the southern states. You know, Sumitoshi, TJ, Galen, I don't know where Fake Sagan lives, if he lives in the southern states. Kim Loves Art, King Heathen, you know, the liberals. The people who have common sense. Our work isn't done. And I wanted to kind of reach out to anybody who is in the southern states of America, and they think they don't have a voice. You do. You have a voice, but you need to find the right avenue. Find one that suits you. And there are countless ways to express how you feel. Okay? You don't have to come up against this shit that I have to at work. So when you get off work, or you get out of school, and you get out of wherever, scream it. Scream your opinion. Shout your views. Plaster it all over your car, all over your face, all over your shirt. Okay? Make art. Make music. Make poetry. Make love. I will never give up, but my spirit is very weary. But I'm not going to put up with this shit anymore. Only at work. Next time you see me, maybe I'll have a bloody nose or a black eye. But at least I'll have finally spoken up. It's time for you to speak up too, okay?